else we got next? Elephant in the room. Oh, okay. The Republicans.
We got some. Oh, I was gonna say.
The elephant in the room.
The Republicans. Oh,
Is a
Roe
Republican in here, or is this figurative? Hey, look, I was just
Feel
before
that
I go
wow.
too hard.
it might be.
Oh Lord.
No, here's the thing. Okay,
No,
so
yeah.
this how I'm gonna
Go
start this
ahead.
conversation. This is my thoughts. This is what, and I want to say that for this conversation, I want to be super intentional because I see how the internet and cancel culture works, and it is scary. I don't know. I don't know when we got to a point where we are not able to like um respectfully agree to disagree.
No.
Like we can share opposing views. We can share opposing views and still be friends. Like it's weird to see how many people like don't love individually, I guess. That's just what I'm gonna say. Like,
hmm
but with that being said, I just for me personally, I don't want nothing to be assumed. What I say is what I say. And if I don't say it, don't assume that I feel a type of way. But I think I ain't gonna lie. I said all that and hyped it up, and then I just kind of lost my thought. But I did want to start with the disclaimer first that I feel like, me personally, I want everybody to be able to speak freely, like, because
Mm.
that's the whole point of the collective. It's a collective of, you know, individuals who have different life experiences that may lead them to have different views, and that's okay because we love each other as individuals and who they are. I don't have to agree with you or believe what you believe to still respect you. That's the biggest, for real, for real. That's the biggest thing I personally want to convey from this topic because I've been seeing like the chaos, the
It's
back.
just another thing to divide people. Another thing for people to
Yeah,
protest about, and
yeah,
like a lot of people not even directly affected by it, but
Yeah.
you know they're emotional about it.
Yeah.
Always pulling on the heartstrings about what ifs and shit like that. But I mean, I feel personally, I feel like it's more to it. I feel like they're trying to um I don't know exactly what they're trying to do, but it's an attack on women for sure. And
yeah.
I think it's I don't even know what to think about it. I think it's just causing more chaos and more division.
Like you said, man, like most things really be a smoke screen. They'll have your attention right here, but really we just signed
Nate.
off another bill
Ooh,
off and yada yada. You know what I'm saying? So,
crazy.
and it's like sometimes we choose to rather argue and let someone shake up the jar instead of like, hey man, who shook our jar? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
hmm Looking at who hand behind it for real, and like it's always somebody like a fall guy. They're trying to say that
Mm.
that the black guy and on the Supreme Court, is the main
Which
culprit.
I don't get. I don't get that. I
Yeah,
don't get that.
they gotta have somebody to direct the energy to, and
Somebody got to take the blame always.
yeah, somebody gotta take the blame.
The
But
middleman.
Like he
yeah,
went hard in his dissent too. I said, "Damn, G."
what else he said? He talking about gay marriage and shit. He trying to
Yeah,
reverse.
nah, he went in. I was like, "Fool for to be on one issue." All right, man. He got an agenda.
Yeah,
On it.
he trying to go back to some old school
Hey,
shit.
he's stepping. You can't look like he is stepping about it.
Nah, for real. But anybody else?
Uh,
Oh, I did just want to add this point because it's, we talked about Kyrie Irving on the last episode, and um,
love that brother.
look, he
Yeah,
is such a light
Love that
being.
brother.
He's such a light being. And
fact.
he was so judged for exercising his sovereignty and his right to choose what he wanted to do for himself. That people were threatening his freedoms, and saying what he did should and shouldn't be able to do. And so I think it's interesting that a lot of those same people now um, are also pro-choice, which I personally feel like people should have the right to do whatever they want to do with their
Yeah,
body.
it bleeds over. Yeah, I feel like when you really believe in autonomy, it's a lot of issues just go out the window because they don't exist.
Right.
Do what the fuck you want to do. I'm cool
Right.
with it.
Yeah, as long as
I
you
don't
ain't
pick and
harming somebody
choose.
else.
Right, like I don't pick and choose when I'm cool with it.
Right, exactly. And so I think, that's the other, it's just interesting to sit back and see the same people that was like, certain people shouldn't have freedoms in this world if they didn't agree to do something that they didn't want to do with their bodies. And now watching them also be um, equally as upset about this thing. It's just ironic. But that to me just goes to show that I feel like um, we as a people function off emotion too much, and we just want to be mad about something today to the point won't even like really think about stuff logically. It's just playing into the emotional stage that they set in.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Oh,
It's just,
I'm kind of confused. Like, is it? It to me is like the same people that's telling you to wear a mask is the same people mad about this situation. So
yeah.
it's like it's more of the liberal left and the conservatives. Like they've been this way since I've been a child. So it's not like really surprising. Clarence Thomas, since I've been a child, he been conservative and had these views, and he
Mm,
been a Supreme Court justice. So I don't think now that they got the majority and they enacting laws in reference to agendas that they've had forever. And what has happened is that they're going against the liberal media and the liberal agenda, and I don't think that they're doing anything wrong. They're not attacking anybody. They're saving lives, if you want to be honest about it. And that's just my like they're saving babies that who can't defend themselves.
that's true. That's true.
And that was the other thing that I wanted to, I guess, add to it, because it's like we live in a world where everything is regulated. Everything is fucking regulated. That's the one thing that is not or has not really been regulated. And I think, unfortunately, like that's done horrible things to our community. Like we don't value family. We're not intentional about the families that we create.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just been interesting over the past few days hearing all the different narratives about or people I guess now having to think about that, like women having to really understand we're the gatekeepers. Unless we're violated, we're the gatekeepers. So like we have to be intentional about that. Men have to be intentional about that, so they're not expected to buy 4 Happy Meals. Like, and that's that's something I'm looking forward to seeing more intentional Black families.
Mm-hmm.
I don't.
Both sides, because me ain't know they can't just lay with anybody now because there is no if and or but about whether or not you're gonna have this child.
Yeah.
You know, ain't no
I
debate.
mean, I hope.
And they taking away the plan B, so they really hell bent on people going forth with their decisions that they make sexually, which
Ooh.
Yeah.
But see, I think like that was another one of those like
Good night, Miss Dennis.
just one of those like extra read all about it that was kind of because it said it was limiting the number you could buy, because of course people always want to capitalize off everything, so people started going and buying up all of them
because you can
so
order
that
them
they can sell them for triple the price. So now they said you can only get 3 at a time, but really why would you need more than 3 at a time?
Fact. Why would you need more than 2?
why would you need one? Why would you need one? Come on now.
Period.
Let's like
Facts. No, that's real though.
I done bought a few, so I can't.
I think
I bought one
think
within
we
the
all
last
have.
month.
No,
What's going
I
on? What's
bought one
going
within the
on?
last month.
What's going on?
Shit. It's been a while since I bought one.
Because your other contraceptive can break, so and then you realize a little too late. So I mean, and I don't take chances, which is why I don't have kids at the age of 24, and I've never had a scare at all at the age of 24. So
Same at 26.
shit, when you play with fire,
you damn
shit,
right.
come on, man, you gotta know the risk.
But
Yeah,
it's
no
like
risk.
it's like when you say this, it's like you playing against nature though. It's like if you
And I ain't saying I'm not.
if you
For
can't
sure.
handle the consequences in reference to what happens to raw sex, then why is you doing it in the first place?
But
You
we
should
do that
just
with a lot of things. There's a lot of
explain.
consequence to a lot of shit we do,
Name
and we
something
in the border
else.
right
yeah.
now.
Name something
Antibiotics.
else. I don't do.
I mean,
No.
and that might not be you, but there's a lot of other people. So for them to make that argument, they're gonna have to stand on all 10 when they say that. So I mean, there's a lot of things that people are doing right now, fool, that you could be like, nah, that's hypocritical.
Mhm.
So
I mean, that's the world we live
That's
in.
the whole point, bro. It's
because
like
from my religious
bullshit.
standpoint, I'm not even supposed to have sex before marriage,
Mhm.
and that's a vow that I've broken. So I mean, come on now, and
I mean, it ain't really
can do this.
religious. It's like common sense. It ain't. It go be.
Yeah.
It go into science.
But I will say, all the women that I've ever
psychology.
laid with, I wouldn't mind having a child with, but it's just not the time for me at all. Like I like my money where it's set in my bank account. So
Well, so at least you're intentional about who you pick, because
yeah, like it's not just like I'm out here. Nah, I didn't get where I'm at making stupid decisions. But I mean, I knew there was a fail-safe for the decisions that I did make. That's no longer the case if it were to get to another term. But I ain't playing with that fire no more. I know better.
There's certain situations where your kids can unlock your prosperity. If you ever talk to parents, as a parent, when did
But
they
see,
start really?
hold
Hold on. Let me
no,
finish.
no.
Let me
But
just finish.
before
Let me just finish.
I'll give you the background why I'm always disagree when you say that. I was raised by young parents, which is why I've been adamant about my reproductive rights. I don't care what religion I am. I watched my parents struggle with me. I was the firstborn. Like my parents ended up getting divorced because they weren't supposed. Like
I
a
wasn't
lot of
saying.
people, bro.
so it's like
That's a lot
yeah.
of
So it's
people.
like
That's a lot
That's
of
just
people,
my
bro. That's a
hesitation
lot
for
of
the
people.
shit.
That's me too.
So
Like
That's every problem. That's
I'm
probably
gonna keep
everybody.
probably
That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying have a baby right off the rip.
yeah
I'm saying make sure you know who you having a baby with, of course,
for
and
sure.
make sure that you have your money together. Like I'm not saying just have a baby with anybody, but I'm saying relationships and then having a child is what opens a person to like purpose and responsibility and larger viewpoints to the world, which
So
helps them get a bigger bag. I'm not saying have kids. I'm just saying like kids ain't the end of the world either.
for sure.
Tommy, you was ready to say something?
Well, one thing I wanted to say is like, having a child, like I feel like I know it alters the brain chemistry of a woman after she has a child. And another thing I want to say is it's just like me personally, I don't really agree with abortions, but at the end of the day, like I will always fight for someone to have their right. Like same thing for I guess like gay marriage or whatever. Like that's not my lifestyle. I'm not saying I don't agree with it, but that's just not for me. So I feel like it's kind of fucked up for someone to take that right away from you because it has nothing to do with me. You know what I'm saying? Because like regardless of people having abortions or having gay marriage and stuff, fucked up shit is always gonna happen inside the world. We're not gonna be able to stop it. So I feel like only thing I can do is be the best me. I can't really focus on what other people are doing or be angry because somebody else is having an abortion or be angry because somebody want to get because it's not me. I don't feel no type of way about it, Yeah.
Say, what did you
Yeah, I'm seeing more people that don't need to be parents, so I don't know why they just did that.
Yeah, everybody. A lot of people want a child, but not everybody need a child.
Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of
They're
that
gonna be
shit
fucking
like, daily. Like I moved from the nice middle class suburb out on my own to the hood, fool, and this shit terrible. Like,
What's a perfect parent?
I don't think there exists. I don't think that exists.
So what's the basis of your argument?
I feel like most of these people to have the amount of children they have was an ill decision. Now I don't think kids need that much, but this the environment you place your children in. Like you have to place your children where they're gonna thrive. These schools, I've dealt with the eighth graders once they got up and out. They not prepared. They on the third grade reading level in the eighth grade. Like these parents don't think about none when they had their kids. They don't think about the neighborhoods they in, what schools they're gonna end up going to, what food options they got around them. Most of these kids don't have a primary doctor.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Right,
bro,
so
it be little shit.
fucking.
Like, and it be shit that you would think is common, but I'm realizing more and more the older I get and the more my bubble is burst or it expands. It's just like, bro, a lot of things I was raised with and I was taught simply aren't that common. But I was raised by like a nuclear type of family, like on both sides. So going all the way up through grandparents, great grandparents, and they got plenty of kids, but each one of them was taken care of. Hey, I'm talking about they had 12 kids. They ain't want for nothing. All could read and write.
Like you said, bro, like they had you early, so they didn't know what they was doing, but they found a way. Like they made it happen. So
yeah,
like,
but
that's that's my point, bro. Like at that, like it's not ever gonna be perfect. Ain't nobody ever gonna have they like it all together. So it's really just about like being able to establish that patience to make it.
Yeah.
And then there's no life that you can avoid struggle. Like there's no situation, no family, no situation, circumstance that's gonna give you like, oh, this is perfect how Black people should be. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, and I'm not saying like my life is like, I have my own issues and whatnot, but I've definitely avoided a lot of things in life I feel like other people have had to face. But
it's alchemy at the end of the day. You know, we got negative energy that we can transmute into positive energy because we all had probably traumatic upbringings that we alchemize into the people that we are today. Now we all reflect on the shit that we overcame. Like, damn, I'm kind of happy I went through that shit. You know, so before we start to criticize, we don't know what this generation will become because of their disposition. Like, I thought it was bad for me growing up. It's 10 times worse for these kids. But I didn't die because of my circumstance.
Now, like when I comment on Black youth, I love Black youth. I'm indebted to Black youth as well as my Black elders, and I believe that we are in a better position as a whole. I just sometimes feel like there's a lot of infighting. Like, but aside from that, what was it? I'm high food. What was it we was talking about? Black maternity, etc., etc. Yeah, I feel like the kids they're smart. They see a lot more than we've seen. They're mobilized at a younger age than we were mobilized. They're beyond what we were at their age. I'm proud of them. But at the same time, I am seeing people just, it is what it is. Fool, it's always gonna be a negative. It's always gonna be a positive. But I'll start looking for that the brighter side of shit instead of being like, they need to stop having these kids. Nah, the kids are great though, because the kids themselves are not the problem. I just feel like people have to be very intentional about what they're doing. Like as a kid, I feel like you shouldn't want for nothing. You know what I'm saying? You shouldn't have your needs met. You should have them met by your village. And I feel like that's what people be lacking is there is an entire like a village.
Yeah.
The same village they ain't gonna buy 4 Happy Meals though.
Cece, you was about to say something?
I would have crowdfunded. We could have crowdfunded the Happy Meals. I would have got him some Happy Meals.
I was just gonna say, I definitely feel like it's like an attack on women. I definitely feel like there's always something that they want us to be like outraged about, and it's just like a time for us to like step into our sovereignty and like turn to our communities. Like, there's always been plants and natural ways of having abortions. That shit's been around since before all this shit, So True. It's just like a time to like find our community, Turn to nature.
I've been seeing a lot more abortion doulas and stuff like that pop up. Things of that nature.
They sending us back to the modern day, like the Handmaid's Tales.
Yeah.
Have you seen that?
Oh yeah, bro, that shit is terrible. That's some of the most cringe scenes I've ever seen on TV ever. Like you just want to turn this shit off.
when you watch The Handmaid's Tales and they do the flashbacks, like, you know, to how they got to where they are in the show, it looks like right now.
Wow.
The flashbacks look like the stuff that's happening right now.
Attack on Woman. An
Oh
attack
my
on Woman.
goodness.
And like the martial law and the food shortages and like all it all looks like all the shit that's happening now. It's weird. So that's what I mean when you talk about distraction, this is one element of a completely bigger attempt in the system for them to do their little.
Can I ask a question to the room? What are they distracting us from? I mean, I don't feel like it's a right or wrong answer, but I love like asking that question to people because I always hear distraction, but like distracting us from what per se?
Our
Distracting you
bullshit
from
that's
who you
going on.
are.
Yeah, distracting your emotions,
your
shit.
purpose. Yeah.
your purpose. And I think it's a lot of times a distraction from other things that are going on legally.
Behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Like the fucking sex trafficking and all that shit.
The 40.
Human trafficking.
Okay, there we go.
You guys see the
42
51
people.
immigrants that was dead inside the truck?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
saw
San
that. That shit was
Antonio.
crazy.
Yeah.
That shit crazy.
And I feel like there's definitely some fucked up things going on in the background. I feel like they're struggling there. They are struggling with some things that's going on because I feel like population is a huge focus for them. For example, I don't know if you guys know, but in Japan they're in their lowest birth rates ever.
Vaccine
Is that
injury.
intentional or is that just happenings?
I mean, there's a decline everywhere, even in Africa. Like there's a huge decline in birth rates.
Vaccine. Pokey.
The vaccine
Oh
injury.
wow.
Yeah.
We're gonna see the experiment. You know, they're still
Facts.
experimenting. We're gonna.
Was it the next 2030?
Yeah. We're
About
still
2030. It's gonna be weird as hell.
That's another thing that they're distracting us from.
Oh, that's a major distraction right there.
Wait, so they're the control group, right?
It's too late.
That's
Are
a
we the control
major
group?
distraction.
I need to start working.
Yeah.
experiments.
Yep.
Don't get me started.
I forgot. That's why I asked that question sincerely, and then I'm thinking like, oh yeah, everything that might happen, they might be distracting us from the people who got that shot a couple of years ago when they was forcing people. I seen people in long ass lines, trying to get that damn shot, and I'm just
that
so
shit's still here,
confused
too.
about it. Like
And
That
then
shit's
now
still
it's like
here.
that shit never happened, but it did.
Fact.
connect.
it happened, dog. It happened. I synced it. I synced it.
Heck, you think it?
We definitely see
I think
it.
I
We
seen
got a
that.
shortage
We're
of
not
pilots and
done
some more
seeing
shit.
We're
Come
not
on
done
now.
seeing it. This is still the experiment. Like people are gonna have complications. They already have them.
It's a
Heart
Black Mirror
problems,
episode.
deformities. You saw Justin
It
Bieber.
never ends,
Have you seen-
Cam.
You saw
Yeah, we
Justin
talked Justin
Bieber.
Bieber. Yeah, we talked about Justin Bieber.
Oh, the Justin
Yeah.
Bieber nigga. Yeah. That's
Yeah.
That boy fake. Oh,
Yeah.
That's that vaccine.
that's what he get for
No,
acting
don't
black.
say it. Don't say it.
That's what he get for acting black. Nah, can quote me on that. That's live. They recorded that. Yeah,
Yeah.
wearing snapbacks and shit when he came up. What? Hanging around Tiger and shit. You get this little nigga. I ain't forgot. Fuck that little boy.
Face.
Justin Bieber was looking like Bobby Brown all of a sudden. Like, what
crazy.
happened?
Oh,
That's crazy.
No, look, when y'all were talking about
what Bobby do to catch straight like that?
and too, remember I was telling y'all my experience of the week last week. If y'all ain't
Oh yeah.
here,
With
like
the
y'all have to
girl,
go check out the last episode. We're talking about the missing girls, like
Yeah.
that, that came to me about the missing girls. And so I think that is it's a lot of trafficking and stuff that's going on. It's a wild world, like Cam said. It's like a never-ending episode of Black Mirror. But that's if you tune in, that's the gag. You can like tune out of this shit, and then none of it exists.
Amber Alerts
Sovereign-
are going crazy here in Memphis.
I turned them off. I'm sorry. I can't do nothing about it.
MG, exactly. I'm just
Can't do that. What you gonna do? You gonna
Yeah,
hunt for
exactly.
license plate?
what they
Like,
want.
if I use a
Oh,
weapon, they
run
gonna shoot
outside?
me.
What the fuck?
If I put them down, they gonna put me down.
Man. But hey, somebody out there looking for him. That we say. but
What's crazy is I
probably
had
not
the
a
Ambers
lot of
off,
time.
but I had the PSAs on the public safety joint, so it kept coming through as a public safety one.
Mm-hmm.
I know we still on this topic. We probably about to get off it, but the last note that I just from the elephant in the room, vasectomies went up 900% this week.
That's crazy.
I wonder if they did the
What the
the
fuck?
statistics on the race in that.
Oh, well,
No.
I want to know.
900%.
Nine.
Who run the world, girls? Who run the
All of them
world,
doctors out there
girls?
about to be backed up. Like people probably gonna be a year out trying to.
And they're talking about it's reversal, but I looked that shit up and that was like
birth
it's-
control.
and this is what
I
was
don't know. I
talking
think
about,
that shit
like,
might be
I
kept.
think they've been kidnapping folks and
I
using them for
just
the male
can't
birth
see no
control
man
trials because
getting
they've
no
been killing people.
vasectomy,
On
I
man,
me.
think
for
that's
nothing.
kept. I think they pushing that story so men can go get vasectomies,
I ain't getting that shit.
like making it
I
normal.
will just not have sex. Cause like, whoa, what?
Hell no,
The
no,
fuck?
hell no.
Nigga, if that's the
Niggas are like, babe, I'll clip my nuts for you.
Yeah,
Nah.
I can't get no
Nah.
surgery on my penile. I can't get no
Man,
surgery
bro.
on that.
Nah, man.
It's not happening.
They did enough with the
No,
with the,
man.
with the
No.
No,
the
it's
circumcision.
enough soy.
Don't do nothing else to me.
It's enough soy
Don't
and
touch
shit
me.
already.
Don't touch me at all. Don't touch
I don't
me.
even think I'm gonna let them do that to my kids.
Do you
Nothing.
think
Like-
it's do y'all think it's because like men are doing that because their wives is like, I need y'all to go do that, or are they doing that because now it's not as easy to like take care of a situation on the side?
I think it's pure cap. Ain't no
Yeah, I
man
think
getting
that's a
no
lie,
surgery. No man's getting no, like, I'm telling you as a man, there's
I think
nothing
it's
you
lazy.
could tell me that's gonna make me say, oh yeah,
I think
doc,
it's lazy.
let me get a surgery. No, we're not doing that. We'll get surgery on our abs or something like that, but not our dick. Never.
Nah.
Not no man.
Hey, who's the dude that
Hold on,
did,
bro,
he
you
just
get
did
the
that
ass
shit? The Batman Evo nigga.
They have dick extendos. Like my homegirl hooked up
Man,
with this guy and he had a dick extendo. Like it's like a surgery. Yeah.
Why?
That's an automaton, not no man.
Like
You gotta know
this
the difference.
He's trying to hurt him.
You got-
Something
you
was
think-
wrong.
You
She
think
said no,
insurance
he's
is gonna
wrong.
pay for it?
Like she held
Yeah,
it.
your
She's like,
insurance will pay for
it's
it.
hard, but it's not hard.
Yo, vasectomy,
Oh,
but
man.
the enlargement.
He paid for that. He went under the knife for that.
Skinny
A
P.
lip dick. That's
It's
crazy.
one thing. It's called
For a
penile.
soggy woggy.
It's called a
Oh, you
penile.
want? No.
It's called a penile
Lip swell.
extension or something like that.
That's crazy. Nah,
Oh man.
Google it.
that's for
Yeah,
the
like her said,
all
he
for
in
glizzy.
the automaton.
that's for the unfortunate. That's for the unfortunate out there.
All for a glizzy.
You know.
Niggas going out sad this year.
Nah,
Man,
2022
give
is
it to 'em.
bad.
Look,
dawg. They need to
it's-
take this year back, dog.
Man.
Where is the calendar, bro?
Is this like a Freddy
We
Krueger
gotta make
dream,
it.
cuz? Like,
We gotta make that bingo shit, bro. 'Cause
Who's
this shit-
supposed to do the bingo cards with all the fucked up
I
shit
need
that
to be able
happen
to
every
do-
month? Whose job is that? 'Cause I haven't seen no bingo card.
I haven't seen that shit in like a year.
ASAP. Like it's almost like they're trying to make us forget that this crazy shit
They
that
Nah,
happened.
can't
this shit
keep
crazy.
up. They can't keep
You can't
up.
keep up. And this
Too
shit,
much shit.
at this point, you can't even predict this shit.
I heard it's like
Right.
the Pluto return of America.
Oh,
That makes sense.
yeah. What's the Pluto
They-
return?
I don't know, but
Wait.
it's like destruction, more
Yeah,
revelation.
transformation.
Transformation.
What's-
Mm.
What's the average length of in our modern age, like a country
6
span?
inches. No.
No. Because America looking like this bitch about to go up. Average
Yeah,
length.
this
You
shit
saw
wrong.
Joe Biden fall off a bike.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's the country right now.
I'm
We
rather
fall off-
fucking loser.
we falling off the bike. We've been on the floor.
I ain't
for a
following
minute.
with them. I'm finding me a little island somewhere. Look,
They over there laughing. Look at him.
Woo, they selling the well, they're not selling, but the dude that was giving the water out in Flint from his machine does walkthroughs on his blueprint. We need to sign up for a
Okay.
workshop.
Hey, hey,
Shit.
yeah, we gotta talk about that
Yeah.
No,
they-
yeah, for real. Put that in the
they-
group chat.
for real.